guys, welcome back to Daddy Jeep Garage. This week we're at Southington Off-Road in Garrettsville, Ohio, and we're going to do some wheeling. First, we have to deal with this. Deal with our punctured sidewall. Again, this isn't normal. This isn't the kind of puncture we're trying to show, but on the trail, things happen. You cut sidewalls. So we have with us Andy from a company called GlueTread. So this is their brand new 4x4 sidewall repair kit. They have other products designed for side-by-sides. They actually have a tractor kit as well. But today we're dealing with the 4x4 sidewall repair kit. So in case you didn't notice, it's cold out here. It's 28 degrees. So I think it's a good test for your products. Yeah, to say it handles the cold just fine, but we're going to find out real soon. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this knife yanked out of here, and then I'm going to turn it over to Andy, and he's going to talk about how to apply his products. So now that we got our knife out of our sidewall, now we can start prepping this surface. The kit comes with these little sanding pieces of sandpaper. So this is the first step, right, is to get that sanded down. Definitely. So we need to smooth the area. You can't put a patch on a bumpy spot. If you're cut your tire up here in the tread with sandpaper, you're gonna have a lot of sanding to do. So, you know, we picked a good spot because we could control it. But on the trail, you could be sanding for a long time. Have to take one of those lugs off a big 40-inch tire. But we're lucky. We had an easy spot here. So we're gonna start sanding these little nubs off. We didn't make you watch the whole sanding process. This took a few minutes. Again, we actually set it up so we could work in a very easy area, but it takes a few minutes to sand down rubber to get this nice and smooth. Any bumps or imperfections can affect your patch, so we definitely want to make sure we sand it very well. So next step is we're actually going to put a little bit of glue, their supplied adhesive, into the actual cut itself. So we're going to start there. We need to cut the tip off of our adhesive tube. Again, we got a nice work surface because we're on the trailer. And then there's an applicator tip that allows us to get real precise and control our adhesive. So we can push this in and actually get it so we can actually put glue on that surface. Something like that. Yeah. Look like a good amount?
Yep, that looks
good. Or should we try to get some more in there?
That's all right, yeah, it looks good.
All right, so we got a pretty good amount of adhesive there, and we can try to make sure
be careful, yeah.
It sticks. We try to keep it flat, so I'm pushing this side so we can keep the tire still flat. So we're gonna give that a second for that adhesive to set up. And reading this little card that comes in your kit, it says right here, more is not better. And I didn't follow that instruction. I put probably a little too much adhesive on that, so it took us a few minutes to get that to dry up good. But now that we got that to dry, we need to sand it again because you don't want to glue to that dried glue, so you got to clean that back up one more time. Just scuffed, or do we need to remove all remnants of it?
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you got all the excess adhesive there, because it'll actually, the adhesive cures down into the rubber. That later, but yeah, it looks like it should be pretty
better,
good, just like that. Yeah.
So you can already see we're starting to lose that cut. We've already definitely sealed it up. Well, it's not going to hold air yet, but we have a nice smooth surface to move on to the next step. So our next step is getting our patch to the right size. So we're not going to put this whole patch on. This is a 4x4 patch that comes in the kit. That'd be a whole lot more sanding than we want to do, for one, and for two, it's just not necessary. We only need about a ½ inch, you say?
Yeah, about a ½ inch around the edge.
Okay, so we're going to cut this patch down to get closer to a ½ inch around each side of this. So, and again, he cheated and brought us some nice scissors, so we're not doing this with our pocket knives. So, tell me about that. Yeah, probably this line here. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead and cut it straight. Now that the patch is cut the size, we're going to go ahead and bevel the corners just to give it a little less of an edge for the rocks to get a bite on. So you can see here it's a little chewed up, but we softened all the edges again to give the rocks a little less bite if we do happen to drag this on a rock, which of course we will. The next thing we're going to do we actually have a Sharpie here. This isn't 100% necessary. You're out on the trail, you may not have a good Sharpie, but we're gonna go ahead and line this patch up. Try to get it centered there and there, so we can actually kind of put an outline on here, so we know where to put our adhesive. You know, we have an edge here, so that's the area we're working to put our adhesive on. So now that we have our patch cut, our tire sanded, marked where we're going to put it, now it's time for adhesive. We don't want to just flood the surface with adhesive. It's not designed to work that way. So again, this card that comes in your kit gives you a visual of how the adhesive is supposed to be laid out on the tire. You want to try to follow that spacing as close as you can and the dot size as close as you can. Anything you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah,
on why?
I think it's important just to have the dots. It allows the patch to cure uniformly the whole way through, as opposed to if you have just one solid layer, it doesn't cure uniformly, and then you'll have the trouble putting it over.
Gotcha. Okay. Another pro tip with this adhesive is, instead of holding it this way and putting your dots, let gravity be your friend. And we're going to go ahead and hold this upside down and start working some dots of adhesive out of there. Alright, so now that we have our glue on here, we're going to go ahead and stick our patch on there. Again, we already have it lined up, so we know where it's going to go. So now, we just want to apply some pressure for a little while to make sure we get even glue spread inside there.
Right, yeah, you want to make sure you hold pressure here for at least 30 seconds, and just really allow that curing to happen, that initial bond with the patch and the tire.
Almost same height as the raised lettering on the tire.
Yeah.
Just fit right in like it's supposed to be there. Nobody will ever know. I guess it's important to also note that you're not going to do this on your daily driver car. My Jeep is a trail Jeep. It might be on the road a little bit, but that's not what this patch is intended for. This is a trail repair.
Yeah, that's a great point. All these sidewall repairs are not approved by the Department of Transportation. They're for off-road use only. So yeah, that's a great point. And you can see it says that they're off-road use only.
So our purpose today, again, is to show how this product is going to work as a trail repair. We want to go on the trail right now. We don't want to wait 2 hours. So what is the normal cure time of this product?
Yes, if you're doing it in the garage, it's a good idea. You can let it sit for an hour, and that's the full cure of it. Another option is to use an accelerator, which is a spray-on applicator that we have that cures this immediately. So we'll actually spray it with adhesive, and then spray it with the accelerator, and then we can air up the tire immediately.
So I guess that's another good point, is there's no air in this tire at all right now. So if we had air in this tire, it would be fighting the repair, correct? Exactly, it would be trying to blow the adhesive back out. So you want to make sure your tire is truly flat when you do this.
Yeah, that's a great point. If you have something that's just a small leak and it's leaking air, you actually want to take all the air out of the tire, perform the repair, and then re-inflate the tire.
Right. The kit comes with the accelerator spray, so we're going to go ahead and open this up. We're going to spray this, then we can do some wheeling. So it's a pretty simple device. It's a spray bottle, so we just spray around the edges.
Yeah, just spray the edges. Yep.
And then it actually will leach in under the patch and cure the edges.
Exactly like that. Yep.
So we'll just let that do its job.
Yep. And at this point, you're ready to inflate the tire.
Like right now?
Yeah, you can inflate it anytime. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
That was good. That's good.
trails. We put this thing through its paces. We did some good burnouts on some rocks. And on Blueberry Hill here, we actually slid sideways off a big rock and we came down. You can see these rub marks. We actually started peeling the patch back by putting all the weight of the Jeep on this left rear. But right now it's not leaking. So it's still doing its job. It's still held air. We finished Blueberry. We played in some other stuff. So we did some hard wheeling today. We tried our best to stress this patch out, and it's holding up. Like I said, it's still holding air. So now that we've peeled it back a little bit, it's not the end of the world. We're gonna go ahead and clean this up and we're gonna fix it. So we got this cleaned back up. We went ahead and sanded both the tire and the patch. Got as much of the dirt out of there as we can, so we can go ahead and reapply the adhesive, just like we did from starting off on the previous part of the video. Go ahead and try to fix this and get back at it. Again, we're still just doing dots. So that should do it. So getting right back to, go ahead and put some pressure on that, hold her for a few seconds. Glue my hand to it, that's good.
That's on there.
Yeah, the corner's good.
Holy smokes.
I thought that corner was a little light, but it's spread under there and it's not lifting at all. So I think go ahead and hit it with the applicator again, just to speed up that process. Or not the applicator, the accelerator. So now we can go beat it up some more. Another great day in the trails here at Southington Off-Road in, where are we at? Garrettsville, Ohio. So our patch held up great for what it was. In the cold, quick, flat tire to wheeling in minutes. It's a fantastic product. I got a promo code down below, so check them out, order yourself up a kit. Worked out great. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.